Well, yeah, going back to our first guest, Chris Wiley, the high school teacher from Reynolds. I mean, if I were in your shoes, Jennifer, Professor Williams, I might be a little concerned about the people that are going to be delivered to me, or won't show up at all, or will be, not as well educated or developed as they would have been because of this crisis. We don't know that, but one can surmise from what Chris Wiley said about a lot of these young people falling back. The 4-year college university was not exactly sacrosanct before this crisis. I mean, there are a lot of discussions that you're more familiar with than we are because of where you sit and where your expertise is about what are we doing here? What's with all this bricks and mortar? What are we educating people for? Is that kind of question of the bricks and mortar in classroom 4-year college going to be intensified because of this?
I think, I may be wrong. I think we're going to survive no matter what. I mean, people are going to want to come to Notre Dame. But there's a lot of colleges going bankrupt. There may be a lot of people now saying, wait, I can get a pretty decent education and not leave my house. I mean, the top 25, top 100 universities, I imagine there's going to be demand for residential education in those places in spite of everything. When you go to the 1,000 universities below that in the rankings, I'm not so sure what will happen with them. I'm going to retire soon, so it won't affect me much either way. But I just have a feeling we're going to come out of this okay. Wake Forest will probably come out of it okay. Harvard's going to come out of it okay. I'm just not sure about a lot of those smaller junior colleges and regional colleges. A lot of them are taking a huge financial hit right now, and we'll have to see what happens to them.
Yeah, I'd say I would agree with that. I think the demand's still going to be there. I think this now intensifies our need to make sure that we are continuing to increase diversity on campus, and it becomes a little bit harder because of some of the challenges, Toby, that you just mentioned, and where people are coming from in their education and what these years of the pandemic do to that. And so I think Wake Forest is just going to have to put even more effort into fundraising in a way that allows us to bring a diverse student body to campus, which may be a little harder now. And it may impact our, all of our international students certainly are impacted right now. We don't know for how long that's going to continue to be an issue with students not being able to come to campus.
And big financial aid issues. I mean, I don't know the actual numbers, but Notre Dame said our income is going to be down. Our need for financial aid is going to be greater. So, that may make it harder for people to get to the Notre Dames or the Wake Forest. We don't want to just be the super rich. But it's going to be harder and harder to afford this for some people, and we may have less and less ability to help them. At least that's the fear.